Good afternoon, Usdan. And welcome to our 1210 Festival performance. I'm Nicole, the chair of the music department, and we are so excited to introduce our group for today. My friends are here to remind us of some of our community practices.
Spirit Day on Friday. Wear your favorite PJs. Disclosure. Today's a high sensory performance. 1. When the lights go off, you can take off. Follow the performer to know how to interact, and insects come to festival too. If an insect is bothering you, quietly change seats.
Here's some other community practices. No eating ever in the amphitheater and no drinking during a performance. Water bottles and items must be stored in your bag. Let's take a second now to do that now. Please do not put your feet on the seats in front of you.
Today's performance will be our senior band majors. They have been working very hard all session to prepare for today. We have many of our fabulous teachers and assistants from the music department playing and assisting the group today. These include Lisa Westerfelt, Johan Paulo, Gabriel Nakrutman, Janine Nagao, Brian Sung, Alex Delarada, Patrick Armand, and Jeff Susta. Without further ado, we would love to introduce the senior band under the direction of Eric Huckins. We hope you enjoy.
All right. Good afternoon, Junior Festival. Hi. How we doing? And hi, parents. It is so nice to see you all. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Eric Huckins, and I just want to start by saying it has been such a pleasure and such an honor to work with the senior band this year. Can we get one more amazing round of applause for them? I'm a proud Usdan alumni. I was here for 6 years growing up. I came from 6th grade all the way through 12th grade. I worked here 11th and 12th grade, and it's just such an honor to be back for these 4 weeks and work with these students. I'm so grateful that I have another week with them, really. So the first piece that you heard is called Refrigeration. It's refrigeration spelled in kind of a funny way. The reason it's spelled a funny way, it's actually kind of a music pun for any music nerds in the audience. There's a scale called a Phrygian scale, which starts on the 3rd scale degree. That was really the pun, but also I thought it would be fun to start with a nice concert opener and something that, I don't know, makes us feel a little cooler on a hot day like this. The second piece that we're going to be playing is called Houseian Hearts. Now, Houseian Hearts, admittedly, Houseian was a word that I had never heard until I heard this piece. And it really kind of made me dig into it. I'm going to read, actually, the program note by the composer. They say it much better than I do about the piece, but I will mention they refer to Halcyon days. And really, Halcyon is a word that means kind of a nostalgic kind of joy, looking back at a time that you really felt passionate about what you're doing. And really, Halcyon implies a certain kind of passion about doing something that you love and working hard at it, which is something that I'm sure all of you resonate with, whether theater or art or music or dance. We're all here to do something we love. And so I'm going to read the program note by Kataj Copley about Halcyon Hearts. So, Halcyon Hearts is an ode to love and how it affects us all. Halcyon denotes a time where a person is ideally happy or at peace. So in short, Halcyon Hearts is about the moment of peace when one finds their love or passion. The piece centers around major sevenths, another music nerd term, and warm colors to represent the warmth that love brings us. The introduction of the piece, which is sudden and colorful, symbolizes the feeling of an unexpected journey it takes to find love. Using the colors and natural energy of the ensemble, we create this sound of ambition and passion throughout the work. No matter what race, gender, religion, nationality, or love, we are all united with the common thread of passion from the heart for what we love. This piece was written in dedication to those who love no matter what negativity is in this world. Do not allow hate and prejudice to guide the way we live our lives. Always choose love, and the halcyon days will come. Thank you. Here's Halcyon Hearts. Thank you for being an amazing audience. So we have one final piece for you today. This piece is called Novaleno. So, Novaleno is one of my favorite pieces, and it really kind of takes us on a journey. And I'm going to walk you through that really quick. So, it is actually broken into 3 movements, but these 3 movements are played together without stopping. And so the first movement that you're going to hear in Novaleno is titled Remembrance. And so this, for me, this piece really kind of tracks a summer for me in a lot of ways. A summer for me, whether I was at Usdan when I was a kid or now that I'm old, it really is a place for me to kind of refresh, renew, evaluate who I am, what I love, what I'm spending my time doing, growing on that in the summer, throwing out what's old and keeping what I love. And so this piece really does that. And so this first particular movement is called Remembrance. And it's very solemn, it's very serious, it's really gorgeous. And it really, I think, is very nostalgic. It's very nostalgic for something we had, who we were, who we once were. The second movement is, it's in Latin, but I'll give you the translation. Essentially, it means who does not progress goes backwards. And so the second movement, you'll hear some tension, you'll hear some chaos, you'll hear things that are not working getting thrown out. And that's really kind of something serious, something special. You'll see our trumpet players involved in the percussion section. They have some trash cans that they're going to be hitting and things like that, so it's a lot of fun. And then finally, the third movement that we come to is called A New Beginning. And this is something that I hope for all of you at the end of the summer, I hope for all of my students certainly, that they feel when they go into the school year that they're coming in refreshed, they have a new beginning. They're bringing some love, some passion that they developed this summer with them. So without further ado, thank you so much again. This is Novaleno, our last piece. Thank you.